Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I am jumping back into my Rooted in Hope journal, and this is probably the last journal with me video that I will do on this journal. And I have a couple reasons for that I just want to share with you guys before I get started. For those of you who are following along with this journal, might have this collection. One of the things that the quarantine revealed to me a few months back in the springtime when everything started going down and I wasn't able to come out with a collection for the month of May, I had time to think, refocus, try to really pinpoint what my goals are, what I have time for. You know, one of the things that my husband always points out to me is it doesn't matter how much money you have, how much money you don't have. Every single one of us, we only have 24 hours in a day. You know, we only have 365 days a year. We all get the same amount of time, you know? So it's something we can all relate to. I know that I'm probably preaching to the choir by saying any of this stuff because we all know how life can get busy. And one of the things that I realized, and actually I've had a couple of my friends tell me this too, some months I'm going to be super inspired by a journal collection and I'm going to have ideas and I'm going to want to share them with you. So this isn't always going to be the case, but when I release a collection, I only have a few more weeks until the next collection. And there's so much creative process that has to go into releasing a collection, searching for things to go in the collection, my thought process with, it's a whole project in and of itself, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. So the whole reason I started a design team was to lift some of that burden off of me, the feeling that I need to get out a bunch of journal with me videos. It's the whole reason I started it, other than, you know, just the creativity of you guys getting to see something other than just what I do, because let's face it, I have a style and pretty much, I mix it up. I always try to mix it up, but I do a lot of the same things over and over again. How fun is it to see other people and their creativity as well? So that's also another huge factor for me. I love having other people share and work in these collections and seeing what they do. It inspires me too. But I have to let go of that a little bit. I have to let go of expecting to be able to have the time to create journal with me's or edit them and post them. Because another thing I realized during the quarantine was I love my channel. I started YouTube as a hobby and to connect with other beautiful souls like me that love to craft. I was so excited to become part of YouTube and this community, and I don't want my channel to only be journal with me videos because that's all I have time for. You know what I mean? I've had so much fun during the quarantine creating and doing different things, and life is kind of crazy and back to normal. But that's okay. I don't mind that. And there's just things going on. And with the collections, you know, right now, I'm trying not to make this too long, you guys, and I apologize. I know you guys understand. I feel like I'm fishing around a lot, and I should have written down some key points before I started this video. The important thing to me with the collection is that I release at least one journal with me video and a final flip through. I love sharing final flip throughs. I love completing the journals. I guess I'm saying that's what you guys can expect from me at, you know, the very least. Sometimes I'm super inspired and I do other things, but I also don't want to neglect the other people that are part of my channel and the other things that they became part of my channel for, and things that I enjoy sharing and doing as well. I want to stay creative, which means not being overwhelmed. So yes, all of that to say, you guys, please, if you are not following the design team and you are interested in seeing projects and layouts and things made with a current collection, The links to those ladies are down below. Please go follow them because they do amazing things, and yeah, they're just wonderful, wonderful women. I have grown to love them all. So if you have these collections, if you plan on purchasing future collections and you are really looking for that inspiration, please be sure to go follow them. And all that to say, like when I think about the collections, like just to give you guys an idea, I have Rooted in Hope, which I have to finish. I have the next collection, which doesn't have a name yet, which as I'm filming this video, I should release that next week before the holiday, and that's my goal. So I've had to creatively think outside of this collection into the next one, putting it together. What am I going to do? Because I have to think about how is this going to function for me. That's just how it works. That's how my brain works. So the next collection, I had to think along that theme, and I'm also processing August's collection because it's time to start ordering things for August. So I'm looking at that theme and I'm trying to plan ahead for that, and I'm trying to think. So I have 3 different things going on at the same time. And really, if we go into the future a little bit more, I actually have the paper for September and October. And October is the fall collection. Can you believe that? So I actually have, what is this? June, July, August, September, October. 5 months in my head that I am working out and planning out. So that can be a lot in and of itself, and there's a lot that goes into that. So I have to free up my time just a little bit. It doesn't mean that I'm only ever going to do one journal with me and a flip through. I know I've said that 20 times, and I'm sorry. When I edit these videos, sometimes I'm like, Lynette, quit saying that. Quit saying it over and over. You would edit less. But anyway, I just want to really make that point that it doesn't mean that's how it's always going to be. Sometimes I'm going to be super excited and inspired, but I'm feeling very busy right now planning the collections, and outside of that, it's what I call birthday season for our family. You know, it's actually my birthday today. Happy birthday to me. So anyway, but I wanted to come work in my journal and craft. That's what I'm doing for my birthday. Yay. And I thought I'd turn on the camera and get this video done. So this is the final journal with me. I will be doing in this journal, but I will finish it up and share a final flip through with you guys for sure. And again, links to the design team are down below. And wow, I am at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I sure hope I cut that down a lot. Anyway, so after the last video, I know that I said I would do another journal with me, which is why I'm here doing this right now. And I have an idea of what I want to do today. But I had done this process, and I think I went through and did some of this brown paper packaging with you guys. I think that was the last video that I did. And I can't remember because like I said, I'm getting that next collection out, which has been a lot of fun, detailed work, but it's definitely sucked my creativity that direction toward the next collection, but that's okay. I'm excited to get this journal going again. I shared some of this brown paper packaging. So after I got off of camera, I decided to go through, because it would just bore you guys to do it on camera. I went through and I decided to ink all of the edges on my book pages. And I wanted to go through and add a bunch of that brown paper packaging. Originally, my thoughts were that I wanted to use the Flower Market collection. This is by Cartabella, which I have mentioned, and it's what this cover paper is that I used. I just thought it was a really sweet, pretty collection, and I wanted something flower garden, you know, themed. But now I'm starting to feel like I wanted a little more natural than the bright, super bright colors. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to evolve into, I guess. I did go through, ink the edges, and lay down some more of that packaging. I also went through and just machine stitched around the edges for a fun element. So I'll just do a quick flip through and catch you guys up. This is a process video on my channel. I think I did this on camera. And then I skipped a couple pages, just inked the edges, laid down some more packaging. Here I had some pink scrap paper, so I put that on the inside of this book page for some extra journaling. I used that music page and added some, I think that's avocado dyed scrap that I had left. It was kind of fun doing this because it's just scraps, and that's fun. I haven't done anything else. I laid that one a little diagonal. This one I actually left as a little tuck spot. I think it takes a smaller tag. Yeah, a smaller tag than that, but I thought that was fun. Just inked. And then here I did this again. I've mentioned it before, but a lot of times I'll repeat something I did in the first half of the book in the second half of the book, and that, you know, makes it easier for me. So I added some more avocado scraps there, the fun packaging. This is going to be a lot of fun to write with a white gel pen on, so I'm really excited about that. I added some more avocado scraps on that book page. This one is a pocket up here that I can stick a tag down in. I inked that bag, but I haven't done anything yet. And did I do this one? I think I did this one on camera. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I did. That feels so long ago. Added some more packaging then to the back page. So that's where I'm at. And I thought today I would work on some clusters. I just started writing in my Serenity journal. And I have a video on my channel where I went through and made a bunch of clusters for this journal. And I just love them. When I got this journal out to start writing in, because I actually just completed my large junk journal, I was like, oh, that's so pretty, and I love those clusters. And they made it so easy that I want to make some clusters for this journal. But one of the things that I did in this journal was use an ephemera pack. This is Simple Vintage Garden District. It's one of the newer collections from Simple Stories. I love the ephemera. I think it's beautiful, and it just goes so wonderfully with this journal. But I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and instead of using a pre-purchased ephemera pack, I wanted to do something that maybe anybody could do. So I started thinking, what is that? What can I use that other people are going to have something similar to? And I decided it's definitely stickers. I think we all have some stickers at home that we could use, that we need to use, that we need to pull out, right? So I might play around with some stickers and also some stamps. Stamps are a great tool to have in our collection. When I first started crafting, oh my goodness, I even hate adding the years up, especially today. My daughter just turned 19, so 17 years ago I started scrapbooking, and I couldn't afford all the things back then, you know. I mean, I still can't really, but I'm definitely, back then I couldn't. I had to use things over and over again, and stamps are such a wonderful tool to have in your stash because you can use them repetitively, right? It's something that will always work for us, where stickers are a one-time thing. So I will use some stamps. And if you just happen to not have any stickers or stamps you want to use, and you have this collection, these can be fussy cut. These are the 6x6 papers that came. These are the 6x6 papers that I included in the collection. So these trucks are perfect. You could fussy cut those out in all of these little flower pots. That's a great option too. And one more thing, there were a couple little punches. If you don't have any stickers or stamps that are inspiring you, you can dig out some punches and some paper, any type of paper, and make some punches and build your embellishments from there. Okay, so like usual, I have my giant basket. It's hard to get in camera, but it is a giant basket full of fiber. Well, there's not supposed to be fibers in here. It's really supposed to just be fabric scraps and things, but there are little bits of lace in here. This masking tape is in here because my cat used to like to lay in here, and his little fuzzy fur is on stuff, and that is annoying, so I usually have to mask it off. But yeah, I even have just little bits of burlap. You know, I try not to hang on to everything because then my craft room would just be full of this, you know. But if you have a nice big old basket or tub, you can throw it in, and that's where you keep that kind of stuff. And then that's the only place you keep that kind of stuff. It works out great. So yes, I have all of these little fabric bits and lace bits, and I know that I want to use those in my clusters because I enjoy that. I also, this is a super zoomed in shot, you guys, and I apologize, but this is where I keep all of my stickers. If you have been part of my channel for a while, you might have seen my sticker organization video I did years ago. Oh my gosh, years ago. Well, these are pretty much the same stickers, and I have quit buying stickers because I don't use them enough. But there's a lot of great things that could be embellishments. These are great. I'm sure a friend sent me those. I think it was Karina sent me those. There's little chipboard feather stickers. These are super sweet. Yeah, I know she sent me these because they were at the 99-cent store. Actually, I'm saving these for July. I'm sure by the time this video posts, you guys have already seen the fruit themed collection, but I love this. So yeah, I'm gonna use some of these for my embellishments, and I think we should just get started. All right, so I had to get all my things plugged in. I know that I always like to use my hot glue gun for this, and my iron to iron out some of my wrinkly little scraps. It was funny because I was thinking about working in this journal again, and I'm like, I should do something with that envelope. Oh, well, I already did. I do love that envelope. And as I'm looking back through here, I can see, you know, that this natural color stuff really does go well with those bright colors too. So I just need to be free and do both. Do a little bit of both, probably. I love the vintage text on that lesson book page. I actually have a few of those book pages left over. I might get that book out and finish that book up, playing with those, maybe doing a little collaging with those. All right, so I pulled all of these little pieces out. For now, I think this is a good place to start. And it's funny, you guys, because I say one thing and then I find other little pieces, and I think this really goes well with this cutesy paper. So I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna make some of each, I guess. But I'm going to take these over to the iron and press them a little bit. I mentioned it in my first video. I love using file folder material, cardstock, right? And I always have the cutoffs that I'm saving from creating tabs and journaling cards and stuff. So I'm going to use these. And I think I'm going to start with stickers. I know this is a really fun material that these stickers are on. I'm gonna have to save that. I know that I love this little flower. I want to use that. And I know that I want to use maybe one of these stickers. Okay, so if you're planning on creating some of these and you're going to use stickers, everybody's going to have something a little bit different, right? And I know that I want to be able to sew through my clusters because I like doing that. These are attached with some foam tape, and they are raised up, so they're dimensional, which I do like, and I would like to keep that element. I think I'm going to start with that one. It's not as intimidating as some of the larger ones, but there's this foam on the back, and then there's a foam between the two layers. I'm going to take off the foam on the back and just try that out. Let's see. I have this little punch from the collection. Ooh, now I have an idea. I'm going to take the yellow one because of that pink background, and I'm going to use this. Create my little embellishment here. I'm finally creating 36 minutes into the video. Sorry guys, I know I keep saying that. And I think frayed burlap is the ink I've been using, I think. And I'm just going to ink the edges of this. I hope everyone is doing well. As I film this video, like I mentioned, it is my birthday, which is Sunday, June 28th. Hopefully this video makes it up before, you know, the middle of July. No, I'm sure it will. Oh, but I'm super excited. My daughter's birthday. was the 16th, and last weekend she had a pool party, which meant we had to spend, oh my goodness, we had actual repair. Ooh, I should put a fiber behind that. We had actual repair that we needed to do to the pool this year. Some tiles needed replaced, and oh, who am I kidding? Most years we have repairs we need to do to the pool. Next season it has to be repainted. Anyway, yeah, so my husband had a lot of work to do on that. So it's been a big month, I would say, of projects outside. So when I say that I've been busy, that's really what it is. It's not like I'm out, you know, shopping and hanging out with friends at restaurants or anything. Those days are not here yet. I do miss them though. I miss hanging out with friends and just, you know, carefree shopping, right? It's bad enough when I have to run to the store for things, mask up and hand sanitize. It's like, man, the days of carefree shopping are not right now. There's my little embellishment. See, so that was made out of a punch in the collection, which, you know, we can all punch stuff. And that little flower sticker and some string, which I think is super cute. All right, now let's just keep it simple, Lynette. This is just a cutoff of some old project, I'm sure. I'm going to use it as my base. I like fraying the edges, so I'm going to take that edge off there. That's definitely looking colorful. I would like to tone it down just a little bit. How am I going to do that? I have this scrap left over from my dictionary page. You guys know I love this leaf trim stuff. I'm sure we all do though. It's so cute. Okay. I like that touch of blue in there. All right, I'm going to ink the edges, and then I'm going to take the base of the cluster without the embellishment and run that through my sewing machine. Why is it that whenever I get on camera, my voice gets groggly? Never any other time. Okay, now I'm not exactly sure how I had that, but... Okay, so I just used the green thread that was still in my sewing machine. Then I think I'm just going to use the hot glue gun to add this little piece. Oh wow, all of a sudden my glue gun is pouring glue. Wow, that's really weird. Like it won't stop. Okay, anyway, very distracting. Okay, put that on there. Okay, I happen to just have this laying here, so that's why I'm going to use it, no special reason. And I'm going to take one of the word stickers. I think I like this lovely. It's cute. It looks like a little drawer pull. I'm just going to back it on that cardstock, and that's what you would do if you didn't have a three-dimensional, you know, cardstock type flower. You would want to back a regular sticker onto some chipboard of some kind, and that just helps give it some durability. And I am not a fussy cutter. I don't have the patience for it. I just want to give this a little bit of a ridge. It works. And then just take my ink and ink that up. The other thing I like about inking the edges is it's a little more forgiving on my, you know, horrible cut job there. And then I think I'm just going to hot glue that in place. And I think I'm going to have to break out an older hot glue gun because mine is just pouring hot glue out of it. Like not dripping, pouring. It's like the squeeze button isn't working or whatever. I don't know what makes a hot glue gun naturally not drip, but mine's not doing that. All right, so there is my first little cluster made out of stickers, and I'm super happy with that. That's pretty cute. And just to get an idea, there you go. It's just a cluster, right? I love doing clusters this way. Those of you who have watched me, you know I struggle when I have to plan something for a specific page. But once you already have them made, oh my goodness, you didn't have to put so much thought into them. And wow, look, it actually works out better than you realize. Okay, so what else? Stamps. I have this really pretty set. Ink-a-dink-a-doo. I think I got them at Tuesday morning. Okay, so I was trying to hunt down my watercolor paper and I couldn't find it, but oh, I forgot all about some of this stuff. I'm going to use a piece of this mixed media cardstock because I want something that's not manila. And I think I'm going to use this little stamp for now. I also want this to be waterproof because I'm going to ink it up a little bit, I think. You don't have to. You can just use a colored ink, you know, like I typically always do. But I know that I want to add a little color to these flowers to make them look a little bit more like an embellishment. Okay, so just to keep things simple and not bust out a bunch of water and wet products, I have my wet watercolor brush and just a distress crayon that I want to color my flowers in. I noticed there's some leaves here too, so I will probably grab a green for that, but I've been playing around with these distress crayons a little bit and they are fun. I have too much water on my brush. But this is not a watercolor tutorial, you guys. I have no experience with that, even though I am trying. I don't know, I spent time trying to play around with that probably 2 years ago now, really. It is fun. Maybe someday when I have a little more time. I could mix these colors up, but it's okay. And this would be something really fun and therapeutic if you just stamped out a bunch of images all at once, and you don't need distress crayons to do this. Any $5 watercolor palette will work. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but it is a lot of fun to just sit and do this kind of thing. But for those of you who are new, I just wanted to show you that you don't need to buy all the latest, greatest new ephemera. You can make your own. You just need a waterproof ink and your watercolors or colored pencils even. And I decided to grab this mowed lawn color. And the fun thing with Tim Holtz ink is, you know, if you have your distress inks or distress oxide inks, those are a lot of fun too. I think my water brush is a little explosive, more than it's supposed to be. Okay. Just want to touch these really quick. And then I'm impatient, so I'm just going to hit mine with the dryer. And now I just want to give this a little bit of a basic shape. Something quick and easy. All right, and you guys know you could do whatever you want to do to this. For the sake of time in the video, this is all I'm going to do. But you could do lots of little artsy things to this. After all that, I think I needed to ink that on that manila tag, that manila envelope, because my vintage book page is pretty creamy, right? And this is why you just want to sit and play, you know? We have to take time to experiment and play around with our stuff. Not to get back to the beginning of this video, but that's part of my, in the future, afterlife. I'm like, what is that word on my, you guys know I'm always reading the dictionary pages. Anyway, if I don't spend time being creative, I don't feel like I can stay creative. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush everything and just for the sake of doing a video. You know, it's the trap that it's so easy for us on YouTube to fall into, because we have to have content. That's how our channel grows. That's how YouTube rewards us, you know. But if we're not taking the time to just sit and be creative for the joy of it, it loses its luster really quickly. It really does. And I don't want to lose my luster. I kind of like that. I wish I'd have made those. I think I can add. Okay, I'm going to get a little picky here. I'm getting way more detailed than I planned. But I want those flowers to match that fabric, and I didn't think ahead with that. So I'm grabbing abandoned coral, if anyone's curious. Just put some of that pigment down there. And let's see if I can save this. Distress crayons are not, they're permanent. Once they dry, they're permanent. So I can go over this color a little bit. I think my water brush is kind of acting like my hot glue gun. Just pouring that water out of there. Let's see. This is probably the last cluster I'm going to do on camera. I didn't know it was going to become a coloring video, but I just wanted to give you guys, you know, different ideas. The clusters are so much fun, but there is no rules. You can use whatever it is you already have in your stash. It would even be fun to cut up little book page images or little images out of our junk mail or other little things, you know, that have fun images, magazines. That's better. That color matches a lot better. Okay. I like that white piece of ruffle, but I don't need to waste the other one, so I'm just going to trim this. You guys know this is one of my favorite little scrap pieces. Okay. Probably I'll end up putting a word across there or something. All right, I think I'm going with that. I'm going to take this whole thing over and run it through my machine. So there's that, and I feel like that is a pretty flat little piece so far. Really, that flower is working its way into the background, but it's nothing that a little sticker action can't fix. Enjoy your life. Yes. Lovely. Isn't that what I put on the other cluster, was something that said lovely? I think I'm going to use this nature one. I really like these little drawer pull label things. This time I'm just going to touch it with some ink. I think once you add, you know, I don't want to cover up all my flowers, but that's a perfect little spot. Actually, I think I will. I'm going to stick it right there. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because my hot glue gun is a hot mess over there. Like, it really is, you guys. It has made the biggest puddle I've ever seen a hot glue gun make. And it's sad, it was my pretty one. Okay. So yes, I just want to say thank you everyone for listening to me ramble. I hope this video ends up coming together. I know that editing is going to be a joy for this one, but that's okay. As I'm filming this, you know, like I said, we're getting, next weekend is the holiday weekend. I'm really excited. I'm going to go camping for the first time this season with my family, and I'm really excited about that. It's a great little church camp up in Michigan, and I'm just really anxious to go spend that time with my family. It's been quite a, I don't want to say lonely because I'm not lonely, but the whole quarantine thing, right? It's kept us all apart. All of us, it's kept us all apart. And I'm excited to get to go camping and to do that. It'll be fun. So you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Again, I will be back with a final flip through of this collection, and I'm super excited to get the next one out to you guys. Thank you again to everyone who purchased this collection, to those of you watching this video, and I'm super excited about the next collection. I'll definitely bet, well, as I'm posting this video, I'm sure it's already released. Let's be honest, I'm behind on those edits. But anyway, yes, longest outro ever. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm back on the Facebook group. So join us over in the Facebook group. All of my hacking situation, I think it's finally all been put to rest. It was an ongoing battle, you guys. I haven't even told you all of it. But anyway, I'm back on Facebook. Join the group. If you're not part of the group, I would love for you to be part of the group. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.